I am presenting you the first draft of the Hidden Christmas Cup tournament. We have Snowball versus Claus in a best of 5. The neutral map is Permafrost. We have Vinland Saga, Rock Frozen Forest, and Winter Lakes picked. But without further ado, let's try to call our co-caster for today, Happy the Andy. I'm gonna see if I can reach him. Hello!
Hello.
Hello, Happy the Andy. How you doing, man?
I am excited.
Not just you, you're not alone with this. Sick overlay from chat. Oh, by the way, I forgot something about the overlay. We can make it even cooler by doing this. And I think this is the best I could come up with in terms of an overlay. Shout out to Zeta2 who gave a tutorial as to how to make this. And yeah, I'm thinking about how to do the draft with you. Maybe you just open the screen, the stream, and watch it there. I think that's the easiest way because I don't have anything to stream you. To stream
Yeah,
to you.
no, I've got the draft there. Yeah.
Yeah, you have the draft on the screen. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's well ahead of you.
Yeah, alright. Now that I added the snow. So first question. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you practiced with at least one of these players, right?
I did, yes. I got asked a couple of times for practice, and I did do a little.
From multiple people, or was it just Huggy?
A couple of people.
Couple
A
of
few
people. Oh, nice.
Yes.
So you are familiar with some of the maps, right? So this
Yes.
isn't. Oh, nice, nice.
I took a look through the map, see what saves could work, and I did need to again because obviously I have zero idea of who's playing who. I'm like trying to figure out who's gonna pick what.
Okay, nice. So you have been involved into strategic decision making here. That's nice. Talking about strategic decision making, Gujaras is the first pick. We don't see that too often. Gujaras is the first pick for Santa Claus, so he put a lot of emphasis on that. I don't know where we could see that. First map, Permafrost. I think Permafrost is one of the hardest maps to play because you cannot build around the TC that goes for houses and farms. And the woodlines are very far. You have a bunch of woodlines, but they're very far, and there's fish in the middle to fight for as well. So food is very hard to come by, and I think the fish into deer towards the water is very, very important. I'm not sure what your take is on that, but that's going to be the map that we see first in this tournament. First game plates.
Yeah, fish is always important. Whenever there's fish, you make ships. At least that's what I do because water's the best thing in this game.
Yeah, 100%. I love water and hybrid maps especially. But yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see the players face off there. Then we have, let's just go through each of the players. Snowball, and that's important to know about this, how the drafts work. You'd always get to, in order to make people be able to prepare properly, we give people the chance to just immediately pick one map before any ban is happening, meaning that you will always get the strategy or the map that you want to play. And apparently for Snowball that was Frozen Forest, and for Santa Claus is Vinland Saga. So maybe both of them quite happy to play on open maps, at least that's what it seems like. And that might be aggressive game or aggressive gameplay in the making. What do you think?
Yeah, it is avoiding some of the more closed and more hybrid style maps. I know we have Winter Lakes and Permafrost in there, but that was the admin pick, sorry. So yeah, and judging by the drafts overall, they seem to be quite favouring open maps, which again, some of the players, if you do know them, some of them are here, do prefer the closed settings or water maps. So every little clue needs to be used.
Yes, exactly. This is what we hear about. This is what this tournament is all about. We already see some names in the chat. Like, for example, Superhero says, Javesty draft looks so Santa Claus to me, obviously hinting at Santa Claus could be Javesty. If I look at Snowball, to be honest, this is giving me a lot of... I mean, I might be completely off on this. Like, this is just a person that I played a couple of times recently. Snowball gives off a little bit of John Perkins vibes to me. Like, I know that John Perkins likes Romans, he likes Portuguese, he likes Berbers, so there's a random Bohemian pick. Maybe that's just a screw up. I don't know. Whose draft do you prefer?
I prefer Santa Claus's because it's more diverse, and I think you need that. Whereas like Snowball just has Cav. I'm like Cav, and then two sort of Archicives, and it's like you are kind of going down that like tunnel vision of I'm
Mhm.
playing comfort, which is completely fine. You don't know who you're playing against either, so I
Yeah.
understand you think you're playing comfort. Whereas Santa Claus has gone, I'll do anything. Like Gajara's first pick to me is wild.
Yeah, that's the standout, right? You look at this draft, the first thing you see is Gurjara first pick. You look at the bands, okay, Mongols, Georgians, perfect, get that off the table. Nobody wants to play against that. But Gurjara's first pick, and then if we see Gurjara's first pick, what map might they be for? Maybe Permafrost. Maybe, because Permafrost, food is hard to come by. You get a food trickle with Gujaras, maybe that. You can save your fishing ships for a little while, so you don't have to contest the water immediately, so maybe that's for that. Um, Talking about players, you mentioned that Snowball has a lot of cav civs. That's a perfect transition for me to go into this. Because I forgot to show this. I'm just quickly gonna jump into the desktop. What players do we actually have? We have a wonderful page here. If you do the hidden cup command or the HICC command, you will be led to a page with an overview over all of the players. And we see some people like Matt247 who says themselves that they are cav focused. So maybe we're looking at Matt here. There was another one in here who plays a lot of cavalry, which is our base. But our base, I think, would draft a little differently. I might be completely off again, but that's just obviously. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, our base obviously is a huge map developer himself,
Yeah.
and I feel like he would know the civs to pick for the maps rather than just blanket picking cav civs.
Oh yeah,
So,
sorry. Apollo, I was looking for you. I was like, okay, there's our base, but there's man, there was another guy, and yeah, it was you. It's open maps and cavalry lover. Yeah, perfect. So might be if he was Apollo, but then again, Apollo, is this your Civ draft? Okay, don't say anything. You might spoil something, but I don't know. I don't get Apollo vibes just yet from you.
I don't, because he says cavalry lover and then his favorite civilization is Incas.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah, okay. Incas don't get redemption, right? So they can't even make.
But they do. They do get
They do?
get redemption, yeah. So they do get Zlotals, which is the
Oh,
greatest
they do.
unit.
Okay.
But like, yeah.
Okay. Obviously, this is just a showcase what these 16 players are all about that we might be about to watch. These are the hidden identities. You can always visit that site if you don't know a player to get some information what they're all about. You can go there whenever you want. Let's jump back into the draft for game one. Transition looks a little weird. Are you ready to jump into the first game?
I am ready
You are?
whenever you are.
I'm at 5 seconds.
You got 5 seconds?
Yeah,
Okay,
to just
I
sync
will.
it up.
I'll sync it up
I'm
now.
gonna answer some player questions, some chatter questions. Did the players fill their information themselves? Some of them did. Some of them gave us information that wasn't really valuable, so we just changed it from what they're like popular, known for within the community. Is it supposed to be so that when I click the hidden identities on the website, it flips and shows the player behind? Dino, it's already trolling in the chat. Okay, are you in 5?
Yeah.
You're in 5? Okay, perfect.
I'm sorry, everyone's gone onto the website now and tried to click on the profile. Even like 70.
Yeah, perfect planning. You just reveal the players by a click on the icon. Yeah, perfect. All right, if you're at 5, I'm gonna count down, and
Yep.
then we're just gonna hop in. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm gonna have to change the overlay. There. All right, it's official, everyone. The Hidden Christmas Cup first ever edition has started. We are on Permafrost. All these maps are going to be Christmas or winter themed. In the red, we have Santa Claus, a huge fan favorite, building his first 2 houses, obviously a bit further away from the TC on this map. With the Byzantines makes a lot of sense. You have a lot of vision around your exposed areas. You have very, very strong fire ships that can contest the middle and the fish. Food, a very important resource on this map. In the blue we have Persians. Persian also a very, very good hybrid civ, one of the best. We have a very, very, very nice bonus in the bonus HP on docks and buildings. They work faster, so the water contest is there even more. They get free resources in the start, which obviously helps. Yeah, I think we're going to see a big clash towards the center here with fire ships. What do you think about this matchup?
I do, and I just want to mention that Byzantines have been recently nerfed as well. I don't know whether this was played before the public update, but Byzantine fire ships are now slightly weaker, attack a little bit slower, so they're not as snowbally on maps where fire ships are dominant like this. And I think you're right. I think it's got to be a fight towards the middle because there's a lot of resource, a lot of food, fish, and deer as well, which could be vital.
Yeah, 100%. These games are played after the Byzantine nerf, so we only attack 20% faster with our fire galleys. Still, it's better than generic. So I would say Byzantines have the quality, Persians have the timing, right? With the faster uptime, with the faster working docks. So it's timing versus quality. It's going to be interesting to see how this dynamic is going to play out. People already going for some boars. Let's see. Obviously, hybrid builds, you put a little bit more to the wood lines. First boar lures coming in here. We are starting to push deer, which I very much like, because if you know how this map plays out and food is very hard to come by, then you know that pushing deer can help you out very, very much.
Yeah, which should help Byzantines with the cheap imp as well, which it could really help being on limited eco and getting up to imp pretty quickly, and having town patrol too. So when your farms are, which will be exposed come feudal age, they're gonna have to be out like on the hills and away from the town centre. Having free town watch and town patrol could actually be a game changer.
Yep, and a Bergwin is obviously right. I have to let my co-caster on YouTube, my fellow colleague, know that he is allowed to start the cast. I completely forgot about that. Okay. I mean, it's fine. If he lags a bit behind, that's completely fine. He's going to catch up over the course of the set anyway. Alright, what do we see? We see Santa Claus building his first stock a little bit forward with 2 villagers. Of course, he doesn't want to do loom because that hurts you economically. If you do loom early, so you send 2, so the enemy scout can't just snipe your dog villager. We see the same being done on the other side for the Snowball here. He's also building a dog, and the nice thing about this, the shallows on the ice is actually walkable by land units and obviously saveable by the ships. And that's very, very, very good to know, which is why you can build the docks even more forward than the initial coastline. Yeah,
it's really useful. So you could even, with 2 bills, you can even trick with the deer, sorry, where shoot the deer, click on a fish, drop it off for the dock. Could do that. A little bit abusey, but hey, it's been in the game since 1999. you could always do that as well when you run out of shorefish, right? Instead of like long pulling shorefish.
That's true.
Out there, you're right. You're gonna be safe. You can hold off on loom, and can shorefish collects quicker.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. It's one of the fastest food sources in the game. Might even be the fastest. I'm not up to date with those stats. I think it used to be. We see a palisade deleted here. Maybe that was for a boar lure. The boar is a little bit out of place, so a little bit sloppy, but they probably might have a lot of like first game of the day, first game of the set vibes. Also, of course, it's a tournament. There's prize pool involved. For those who don't know, this is an over $800 prize pool tournament, so they might be a little bit nervous, of course, with the whole prestige behind.
Oh yeah,
him cup tournaments in general.
Snowball did lose a vill. He lost a vill.
Did he? Oh yes, he did. Yeah, he lost a vill. Yeah, that he was trying to save it here and lost a vill. That's
Yeah, but maybe... who could it be? Because if he's walling with a palisade, he's got confidence. He thinks, "Oh, I'm in a really good mood," and then has lost the vill.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like,
is it going to be one of the lower elo players or one of the higher elo players? Who's it going to be? I don't know.
True. That's the first big hint we might be getting about these players. But I totally agree. As a follow comes in, nice. Age of Empires, welcome, one of our fellow casters for this tournament. Who's getting attacked? Oh, we see double dog now for the Byzantines. Who is up to? No, sorry. Am I confusing them? No. Wait. No, it's double dog for Byzantines. He's on the right side. That's a little bit weird because he's to the left dog-wise. And then we have it's gonna be double dog versus double dog. Usually the Persians should be there first, just by a few seconds in this case. And let's see. I'm gonna be excited about this clash that's about to happen here in the middle.
Let's see, fire ships coming out and fire ships coming out as well for both sides.
Yep, and yep. Okay, so how do you tip the scales? Like usually, okay, let's scout.
Byzantines are going to be ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, we're talking over each other. Byzantines are going to be ahead because the fire ships are better. So Snowball's going to have to take some really nice engagements. and utilise the repairs pretty well. Again, he could get more numbers because again, Persian docks work 10% faster now in feudal, so they're still fairly strong in that regard. You're gonna get more numbers out, maybe able to get a surprise demo out potentially, which I mean we all love demos, right?
Oh yeah,
so,
true.
It's about that, but in head-to-head fights, Santa Claus will win, as we will see here. There's all the micro and taking engagement to win.
Yeah, let's see. Red has to pull the ship away to be efficient and repair it. No, he kills the fish. Okay, if I'm Red, I pull the ship away, try to repair it with a villager to get the full value out of the fish ship, similar to monks that heal up your knights. He's doing this as we speak. We should see a little more fire galleys, only from one dock. Maybe the economy isn't just balanced around that. He's attacking some fishing ships. Blue now going for a demolition ship, the first of this match up. He has garrisoned this fire galley. Is now released. Okay, nice job from him. And yeah, we're just going to zoom into this water fight unfold. As Blue is already walling up to the right side, transitioning into a barracks. Maybe he wants to do some land pressure now.
Yeah, might be for defense as well, because it's Persians. They could easily able to get a couple of scouts out and be annoying, so having that racks down for cheap spears is always nice. And no, he is going forward with one of the vills and building an archery range. Interesting.
Oh, whoa. Who goes forward and builds an archery range to the left? Who does that?
I would say Maxi, but like he's not Vietnamese, so it's not him.
No, but Maxi would have sent the Vil usually, like his fourth Vil. He would have sent there.
True.
We do see the water is still being heavily contested. We have a 2v1 here, and we have a 2v1 here, and the Persian player is starting to completely dominate this middle pond here. The Byzantines not quite able to group up their units here in order to be efficient. Now this fire galley is alone. This game has become very messy very soon. The question is, does Snowball have any information about this archer range to the right? He does not.
He doesn't, and he could think that something's happening while he's taking over water, that resources are being spent elsewhere, maybe like trying to take off, adding farms down, or just adding forward aggression, but as we see it's just dressing into archers. Again,
yeah.
The same resources as fire ships, so it should be pretty easy to do so, but it still takes resources out. It might be the one less fire ship, which we saw in the fight, and someone gets the advantage.
Yeah, 100%. Like, maybe a reason he built this... Sorry?
Look down towards Santa Claus's base.
Oh, that's...
the blue dot.
Like, who are we watching? Is this like the same player? We had a lot of memes that it's gonna be Maxi versus Maxi and stuff, but both players doing the same exact thing, but Red is actually ahead. Blue Snowball is trying to fight this off of Vils now. We don't have fletching yet, so these archers aren't as efficient as they could be. Snowball is not having any of it. He's like, this is my farming eco, this is my gold. I'm going to tower this up, which I like as a decision. These Vils are a little bit exposed now. They might go down. Let's see what's going on the right side. We do have archers in the queue there too.
The wolves and the bear.
Oh, this is
out with the archers.
Okay. This is ridiculous. What is happening?
But the issue is for both players that they can't afford an archery range at home, right? Because you put one forward, they can't really afford to send army back because it's going to take forever to get back.
Oh, this hurts so much. This hurts so much. He has to defend. He has to invest into a defensive tower. He's behind in tempo with the same strategy with the sneaky range, but he's still down 3 villagers, and that's nothing that you can easily afford to. Because even then, your Persians, your TC works faster. You need this. You need your vills in order to keep up the Persian economy. The archers arrive. Let's look at the other side. The archers are still garrisoned because he's so distracted on in his own base. Now transitions into a panic stable, it feels like.
Yeah, and we see the archers come forward and try to attack the town centre, and I don't think that's the right idea. There's a lot of exposed eco for Santa Claus, and again, he's having to throw down a market at home, but his army's forward, his rangers forward, he cannot produce army at home.
Yeah,
as you see the first villager going down on
the
the
one
farm.
thing, this is exactly what he needed, right? Like, if you go down a couple of fulls, you have to have compensation for that. And he does actually have fletching. That's the big advantage. Blue has fletching, red does not. And that might turn around very, very quickly for Santa Claus. Santa Claus is now building a defensive tower of his own, only to protect the woodline on the farms. Still a very, very good play if you ask me, but the rest of his economy is still exposed. And one thing that you can do on this map is you can actually walk into the TC range, because usually there isn't many villagers there to garrison, so sometimes you can just straight up walk through it, as Santa Claus on the other side is still trying to find some damage with his non-fletching archers. That's a little bit of a mistake in my opinion.
Yeah, it's true, but Snowball has lost his fishing ships as well. He has lost his fishing ships while Santa Claus does have his. They are collecting shorefish from miles away, so they're not really efficient, but
True,
hey, it's
yeah.
still it's still like 2 extra eco, it's still getting the odd bit of food here and there. As Snowball does appear to be clearing up, using a demo to take out a archer as well, and he's a little bit sloppy, but he has recovered. He has done a little bit of damage, forced the tower at home as well.
Yeah.
So
Okay, one thing I'm gonna say, while all of this is happening, he does have the fletching archers, but he's not really doing anything. Like, once the tower went up, he just kind of retreated to the right side. He has so much more of red's eco to raid here, and to get value from. Might even go contest the fishing ships here, and blue has to completely abandon this woodline here.
market goes up. Archers are running right under the town centre. Shady can get away with it.
Oh, if these archers had fletching, they would be so much more deadly than they are here.
They do have fletching.
No, the red ones. Oh, the red ones do. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm so confused by the colors. Red has fletching, blue does not. Yeah, okay, sorry, my bad. It's so confused because red is to the right. Ah, never mind. I might have to change this around. Wait, let me see. Can I do that in Capture Age? I think I can. Oh, the game pauses. Sorry. Yeah, that was my mistake.
No, don't worry at all. I thought with you, don't worry. But Santa Claus has been taken off gold, which is a really nice thing for Snowball, as he is under a lot of pressure. He's down 11 bills.
Oh my god, look at the woodlines to the left. That's not what you call efficient. And at some point you have to expand, which is really, really hard. Oh, he's trying to go to the stone directly in front of the Snowball's range here. Oh my god.
Oh, big thing, Santa Claus, he's up to Castle Age. He's a minute away.
It's going to reach Castle Age in 50 seconds. The question is, what does he do once he reaches the Castle Age? Like, what's he trying to do? Do we see some buildings that might give away what he's trying to do? Towering up the stone, yeah, I think tower defense on this map is a very, very good tool to use. I think players should consider that, to do that more often. I still don't see what the transition is now. Oh no, he built the second range forward. Yeah,
it'll be a double down into archers, but he keeps into crossbows, sorry, but he keeps losing. Archers coming out, which is going to really hurt him.
Yeah, it's very, very well played by Snowball to not get him to the critical mass that he needs, but we're still a full Castle Age now ahead of Snowball, and that's not good news for our player in the blue here, blue player, pun intended. Yeah, how does Snowball get back from this now? He doesn't have anything.
The games are over. Santa Claus, he still only has archers with fletching, so it's not crossbow running about your base being annoying. There's still time for Snowball to get back into it, and he just needs to play a little bit safe and maybe buy another tower. I feel like buy these farms in the wood could be nice. There's a lot of idle eco. Like, you've got 12 idle bills just walking about.
We didn't see crossbow or fletching yet for the red player, so it's still only archers, but yeah, these archers are finding more and more vill kills. Snowball is nowhere near to click up, and now the vills are exposed, these vills are running, these vills are running. I think in all of this messy game, Santa Claus even adding a second TC behind it now, which I really like. More vills going down on the woodline, and that might be the moment where Snowball realizes, yes, the first game of the tournament will belong to Santa Claus.
Yeah, at this rate it will be. There's still a chance, but you got crossbow coming in now, as I say, second TC coming down, and it's going to be an uphill battle for Snowball to get up.
Look at this to the bottom. Snowball is not trying to take the gold here.
Well, the thing is, Snowball doesn't see the gold to the right. That's the only gold he sees, and at the moment, it is probably his safest gold.
Yeah, crossbows coming in, all these farms are idle. It's a Persian TC that can't afford to create for much longer. We have 0, 0, 25 economy balance. That is just brutal. And it's Snowball. I think what he was trying to do, nice reaction by Santa Claus. What happened here is Blue wanted to abuse the fact that towers have a minimal range without the murder holes, so he wanted to sit next to the tower and harass those wills. Red realizing this, just dropping the house so that the foundation cannot be camped. Very, very well played by both players.
This is giving me massive Huggy vibes, you know.
From who?
From Snowball.
From
But
Snowball?
the draft doesn't, yeah, it doesn't really.
Demo connects. Okay, it's still fine.
We've had no good demo shots, so the eco balance is giving me Huggy vibes, but the gameplay is not really giving me his vibes.
So there's two people, including you, who told me straight up they were going to be able to immediately spot Huggy, and that's you and that's Otter, and Otter is also in chat. But Otter apparently says John versus Lorhe maybe, which I could see happening, yeah. We're towering even more now. Honestly, I'm at a complete loss for words as to who these people are, and Santa Claus is being annoying with those archers. He's sneaking here, he's sneaking here. You know what I think? There's two people that do this regularly, that just create a group of, or a bunch of groups of archers or crossbows and just spams them into the economy like this. And that's one Maxi and two Flying Mouse. Both of them always do this. I've played against them, and that's exactly what they're known for. We see archers going underneath the TC, and well, that's the first game of the
GG
tournament.
was called. We need to look at stuff like APM. Who has high APM?
Yeah.
Look at stuff like that. Like, who do we know who has APM?
The thing is, we wanted to not include APM for this tournament, to not show it, but there wasn't any way to do it in a reasonable way, so we decided to just go with it. APM for red is a little bit higher. It's 57. That's above average. 40 is, I think, a little below average, maybe. I have no idea.
Peak of 130, 139. I've got for Snowball. He for 135, but yeah. Not Huggy.
And also, this game feels to me like both players didn't have a problem playing this map, but the economy balance and the familiarity with the map and the smoothness of play was just simply overall better from Santa Claus. Both tried to do the same thing, but both tried to do double dog fires, both tried to go for forward ranges, both tried to go into the opponent's eco with a little bit of archers. And I think we're looking at someone in the range of Maxi, Flying Mouse. I'm not sure if Lorhe would do this. Chris would ignore water and go Man at Arms archers, so I don't think it's Chris.
It's one of those ones as well. You got to look at Snowball. He went for the exact same strategy with a unoptimal civ, I would say. Persians going Dock and Archers isn't something that they're fantastic at. And limited food eco. They kind of need a big, strong eco to get going. So I feel like, yes, while he definitely has practiced it and got an idea down, maybe the civ choice played against him. And if people know, because these guys would play each other in multiple tournaments, knowing each other's names, who would do that? Where the right idea, wrong civ. That could also be an option as well to see who's who.
True that. Also, let's read chat a little bit. Lorhe would absolutely go for this madness. I don't know Lorhe that well. I don't know his playstyle, but I can see that happening. Yeah, and I like the point that you were touching. Like it's imperative on this map. Food is hard to come by, and faster working Persian TCs only exploit that fact, and it's even harder to get your economy settled, right? So, okay, that was the first game. Very, very messy, but that's just what the map delivers. And yeah, let's try to load up game 2.
Yeah, no problem. That was what a way to open up the tournament, by the way. That was
100%.
Yeah, that was a game.
That was nice. That was very, very nice. Okay, let's do this. And we are going to a map which we don't even know how it's going to look. We are going into Winter Lakes, which is one of Snowball's home maps. It's a nomad start with a bunch of lakes, a number between 1 and 8 in different shapes and sizes. Let's see what generation we get. I'm going to go towards second 5, and then we can jump into the game together again.
Capture age, there we go.
5. Alright. Let me know once you're in.
Yeah, I'm at 5 seconds.
You're on 5? Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I still have to adjust the score here. This is 1-0 for Santa Claus. So welcome to the second game of the Hidden Christmas Cup tournament. We have Snowball versus Santa Claus on Winter Lakes, a map that generates between 1 and 8 lakes in different saves, locations, and sizes. And yeah, this looks like a cross with a little bit of, I'd say, Mediterranean in the side. How would you think of this map?
It's basically 4 lakes with 5 lakes.
Oh, so it's 5 lakes. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
let's call it 5 lakes. We do see Santa Claus docking to the very, very left side, not docking, TCing to the very, very left side with the Spanish, very, very, very popular nomad map, of course. Fast Castle into Conquistadors, very, very popular on maps like this. Also, because of the amount of lakes that you often have on these types of maps, the fish is often uncontested, which for an FC unique unit civilization is great, because you can just ignore the border if you're lucky. And the blue is just nice and cozy between 3 wood lines, docking to the far left still, but yeah, what do you think? How this will turn out with these TC locations?
prefer Snowballs. He's got a bit more room to expand. Yeah, Santa Claus is pretty cozy and safe, but as Spanish, the stone is very far away. He's got one pretty much to the north side and one right towards Snowball's dock. So I really prefer Snowball's TC because he has multiple gold around. His stones aren't as far away, 3 wood lines to go from, and just all around better maneuverability. So, and with a better save, I feel like Berbers counter Spanish in the EU battle. Once you get a few upgrades, which should be easy with the 3 ponds that you have, and yeah, I'm a big believer in Snowball for this.
Interesting to favor Berbers over Spanish in this matchup. That's very, very interesting. Also, one thing to mention: Spanish, if they want to play Kongs, Santa Claus doesn't have easy stone access.
Yeah.
The first stone is like behind the wood line, and the other one is to the far north. So his TC spot kind of makes it hard for him to expand to other resources. It feels like.
Yeah, and especially if he goes to the gold in the south. Snowball could actually range it as well for Santa Claus. Snowball could range Santa Claus's gold on the left side. So, yeah, I'm Snowball's got to win this one. I feel like Nomad can be over pretty early with the spawns. Again, Santa Claus does have the middle pond, which is always
we see. And that's the reason why Santa Claus picked the bloom. He's trying to lure the boar from like the other side of the world, basically, from the other side of the wood line. Picking a bloom is something that you can do. It's justifiable if you do long distance lures with boars and you're not that confident into something Snowball tried in the first game with palisade or house foundations in order to block the boar, deaggro the boar, but he does it nice and cozy underneath the TC. Very well played. And yeah, both players I would expect to add some fishing ships on their lakes as well. And yeah, we have a slow and steady nomad start, and I like what Red's doing. He's sending the cows all over the map to scout. That's usually a good sign.
Yeah, that's great, because he had no idea where any of the stones were. He still doesn't, but he should be able to find them eventually, right? Cows actually have a decent line of sight. But Santa Claus does know where Snowball is on the shorefish, so potentially we're going to see a boxing fight.
Oh yeah, okay.
See a boxing fight.
Okay, who's going to win? Oh, that's very, very close. Both HP bars dropping at the same time.
See?
Oh, who's going to win this?
I think Snowball wins it.
I think Snowball has a millisecond of an advantage here. Yes, Red's trying to micro towards the hill.
You Berbers, chase it! You pass the pills! Chase the villager!
I mean, maybe he's not that confident, he just wants to have his shorefish gathering. I think it's reasonable to just stay here and collect the resources instead of engaging into whatever this is. But maybe Santa Claus now doesn't like this, because maybe he was trying to dock this lake. And now he's like, yeah, damn it, I can't. Now the villagers is just out in the open.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, another thing you're thinking about with this map is what do you do in terms of docks? Do you double dock the same pond, or do you spread it out far and thin?
I think the first is you always check if you by any chance dock the same lake. That's the first thing that you need to scout for. And then if you didn't, you can decide, or if you did, then as soon as you have that information, you can decide do you want to expand to a different dock. And it's not always easy to know where exactly your opponent is, but the more lakes there are, the more you can just fish boom without any danger. So in this case, I probably assume that both people know by now that their dock is going to be alone. I just wonder who's favored by that fact.
Well, Snowball knows his lake is fine. He sees one to his right and the pond in the middle, so could assume he's either up north or south. Again, you probably know it's going to be 5 lakes. On this generation, Santa Claus knows that there's 4 lakes. And we'll
Snowball could kind of assume by his scouting, he only sees the horizontal lakes. But I think with how these maps generate, if you have put some time into scouting out these maps, then he should know that it's a 5 lake generation. Let's look at his opponent's scouting. His opponent knows how the map looks like. Yeah, look at the scouting, that's beautiful. He basically has vision all over the map at this point with the cows. That's a sign for a decent Nomad player, actually. So Snowball might have picked an unfortunate home map here.
Yeah, totally. But at the same time, Nomad can be wild, and with this much fish on the map, you know, you're talking, what, 12,000 resources worth of fish? Having a castle drop and winning, be like that, which happens on Nomad all the time, can be a little bit different than that. So, and you can be annoying, and I think the feudal aggression won't be on land, or it shouldn't be on land, if there is any, that is. And it should be on water. I would really favour Snowball.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Down.
If you're not on your if you're not on the same dock, fast feudal doesn't really lead to any valuable lake aggression. That's the thing. Like, we do see Berbers going up to the feudal age, what I would assume is still somewhat of a fast castle build, as the Spanish players also clicking up. Also, Santa Claus did 7 fishing ships in the middle. I love it. Like, this lake is very, very valuable, and he's not contested. If he goes fishing here, that's gonna be huge. And we only see 5 fishing ships for the Berber player here, so Berber's transitioning into a barracks. So yeah, Berbers, less fishing ships, more land aggression. And the Spanish, are we on stone? Yes, we have found the stone on the top here. That's very exposed. If the Berbers might actually get rewarded for the feudal aggression if he finds this in the top.
Yeah, and the dock villager is walking about. He's just building houses, he's marking his territory. And we do see a barracks at home. We see 4 villas on gold. Would it be a forward range? It will be. From Snowball.
Wait, okay, this is important. Do we see this? No, we don't. Houses don't really have a lot of line of sight, so this isn't being spotted by his opponent. What is this? This is a black... Wait, what? What are we doing? Is this Fast Castle Knights or Light Cav? Might be. But the thing is...
fish. You got
no,
fish.
that's the range.
Comes in really fast. You don't need too many fishing ships to click up pretty fast. I would say Snowball could get away with putting some of these lumber villas now that you have your 2 buildings onto cows, more onto your abundance of cows you have under your TC, and going on for the faster castle, which could really work.
That is true. We do see Market Blacksmith for Spanish, so this is now 100% confirmed to be FC into trying to play with Conquistadors. The thing is, we only have 3 villagers on stone, and the stone villagers are building new buildings. So the stone income might be a little bit delayed here, we might not be able to get the castle up in time. And Snowball is going forward with the range, and he's now trying to outpost his opponent. I'm getting such heavy Flying Mouse Maxi or Chris vibes from Snowball, it's insane.
Yeah, me too. And Santa Claus has done the right thing as well. He's noticed that Snowball's up very early.
Yeah.
He knows it can't be like an FC or a fast FC. If it is, he's gonna have very limited eco. So has opted to palisade wall, expecting some sort of feudal aggression.
Yeah, 100%. Snowball does not yet know where exactly red is. He does see the palisade now with the outpost, so he might assume that the TC is over there. But in reality, the TC is here, and he's sending the archers to the very exposed resources. Oh, that's so dangerous for Santa Claus, and I like the outpost addition.
Yeah, me too, as you say. But it's just gonna delay him getting that castle up as well, because it is 3 outposts being placed down now. Give you great vision, but...
We could do Town Watch to have even more value on those.
I would be inclined to agree with you there. That much could be nice.
Let's see, maybe we skip. Do we have it? No, we don't. We don't have Town Watch. Oh no, wait. Town Patrol, if it says Town Patrol? Yeah, I'm not sure how the overlay works here. But the archers are trying to break in. We see the one villager trying to break in with the archers. Is this a set 1 Maxi spotting? Nah, that would be too easy to tell. Also, does Maxi do outposts? I'm not quite sure.
The good thing is for Santa is that he'll get the castle up, and someone will be able to see it. He obviously knows it's going to be on stone. It's Spanish. He sees these are going to build straight away, so he knows that castle is going to be out. So it's about getting your base walled up. You do have a stone, and just playing a little bit safe. Or you could just be an absolute chad and drop down 3 rangers and go Genitors.
I mean, the thing is, that's the thing with Spanish, right? Like, what they're trying to do is very, very predictable, but it's very hard to stop nonetheless. Like, it's always going to be hard to spot. Like, Honks do so much damage. Once you're out of position, they completely punish you. In low numbers, they can win against any other army, and yeah, it's just not easy to deal with those. Snowball has expanded to the right pond here. He's also fishing there. He's also taking stone, maybe trying to get into a defensive castle himself, which would be very nice towards this area here, because it's very, very valuable to him. Archer's camping the gold. Yeah, it's already going a lot of once again, Snowball is a player who goes for a few archers in separate groups and just sends them towards annoying spots into his opponent's economy.
Yeah, and he's done a great job, and he's also done a great job of expanding. You say the double dock. Third one looks like he wants to go up to the north pond as well.
Yeah.
Santa Claus has built a dock on the left pond to try and contest that, which again would be really nice. Running about with Kongs and having a fire ship you don't have to micro could be really nice just to overwhelm Snowball.
Oh, there's 2 Kongs roaming around the map already. The villager just passing, but the Kongs will find those 4 archers. They will auto-engage, and yes, now we see it, and these archers should... No, Santa Claus is actually going to go forward and be like, yeah, these archers aren't valuable, I want to kill your economy. I like the thinking, I like the way of thinking, and we might be in trouble in Snowball's place here. If the Kongs find their way in here, 2 defensive towers, 2 defensive stone gates, which should not go up. Will they?
I don't know, they shouldn't, but does have 500 HP, the one on the right, so we'll take a couple of shots to bring down. Only lost 2 vills, and Snowball's in a fairly good spot. Going out to the stone
Santa Claus is cleaning up the fish to the left, which doesn't really bother him because he's contesting the top and the right pond at the same time. You can actually go for 5 pond domination on this map, and once again we see the defensive stone gates from Snowball.
Yeah, well, the right side of the map now, where Santa Claus has built the castle, is now fully walled. So he's gonna have to run all the way round, and yeah, okay, you can still do that, Kongs are fast, but the timing advantage will pretty much have gone. You see Bodkin coming in as well for Snowball, so...
It's gonna be Bodkin archers. When are we gonna get crossbow upgrade or what?
Don't think he'll go for crossbow, personally. I feel like it's for the remaining archers to match the range, and to just... For what you call it? What's the unit called?
I mean...
Camel archers. That's it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But for that, we still need a castle here, which is heavily delayed by all the stone gates, which is delayed by the 2 towers that cost 150 stone.
Oh, there's a transport ship!
Oh, where? Sorry, I can't see.
Sorry!
I can't see it. Oh, there's a transport in the middle. Oh, that's genius. He just tried to transport around the gate. Oh, and we see a forward castle. I really like this. This is exactly how you should play Nomad as unique unit civilizations. Another defensive tower. I don't think castle defense is in the cards here. This castle, I don't like it too much. It doesn't take away too much. It's only contesting this wood line, and that's basically it. But he is trying to keep him here. If Red can now pressure the left side too, Blue is completely trapped here, and that's not a great sight to behold.
No, you're completely right. As we see War Galley coming in, is War Galley really the tech you want to be getting for a couple of fire ships?
I don't know. He is trying to clear up the pawns and maybe just fish boom his way back into the game. He is on 3 pawns already. Still contesting the left one too, but the castle is going to be up and there's no way to stop it. Yeah, I don't know. This is a little... We sent out a few archers, but then didn't really accomplish too much.
This castle will go up, and yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but the location in terms of putting a lot of pressure onto Snowball, having a real good anchor, denying gold and denying a stone.
Yeah, but what you can do is you castle one side and then you send the Kongs around to the other side and then you completely trap them. There's no way you escape.
Yeah, you're right. Santa Claus had a little bit of a misplay there, but again, it maybe just wanted to support it, and that castle was terrible from Snowball, and he realises it.
Yeah.
Plays his own defensive one, but thing is,
so much investment. That's so much investment. He has 3 towers, a TC, stone gates, and what? Oh, these villagers, where are they walking? Oh, that might be a GG moment. Oh, that hurts. The Kong is getting a lot of value here. The score reflects it too. What I was about to say, it's so much investment, so many resources spent in order to defend one and the same area. This has to feel terrible for Snowball. He's still camping some spots with like bald-cane archers, which is not something you see often. And now he is kind of establishing control on the left side with some conquistadors. I think this is over.
Yeah, and Berbers have one real good plan against Spanish, is beat them to Castle Age and have more camel archers out than them, because camel archers do counter conquistadors. But in small numbers, Kongs absolutely shred them because of the high damage completely overwhelms the bonus damage.
100%.
And I feel like, yeah, the forward range could have been okay, but Santa Claus reacted really well to deal with that, with the walls, knowing that there's some sort of feudal aggression coming, and which has completely thrown Snowball off.
Yeah, I completely agree. And the thing is, Santa Claus to me seems like a player who's very familiar with different kind of styles of maps, who knows what the meta is and who knows how to like he isn't doing anything flashy or fancy. He's just a solid player who just feels comfortable with a variety of games. I'm really puzzled as to who Santa Claus may be. My opinion is it's just a very solid like maybe top 3rd player. As Snowball, I'm pretty sure I have narrowed down to 2 names. I'm not sure, how about you?
I don't know, but I think you're right with Santa Claus. It's one of the higher rated players in this tournament, because this game will be over in 1 minute and 50.
Look at this herbal medicine.
Herbal medicine?
Herbal medicine? Is this Lorhay? Is this Just 2 days ago, I talked to Lorhay, and we talked about how good murder holes can be in certain situations. And he's like, yeah, I always research it when it's good.
Yeah,
this might be Lorhay. This might be Lorhay. It would fit the description perfectly. Lorhay is a very generic player who plays he plays everything and he plays it solid. And he did herbal medicine. Sorry, I got excited there for a second.
Oh no, don't worry at all. But as I said, this game will be over in 40 seconds because Imp will be in for Santa Claus, and this castle spotted by Santa Claus the Snowball will fall down. That'll be the end of the Camel Archer production, and this game will be over.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Snowball did clear up the middle with fishing ships, which is nice. Nice idea, a little bit too late.
But the thing is, like, these fishing ships already had their value. Like, they've been fishing for like years at this point. And even if you invest here, it's only real value for you if you start fishing yourself, which you don't have the economy for. We see the big migration now. Oh, the Kongs. If the Kongs spot these villagers, I think it's over.
Well, I would have resigned when Imp came in, because you're so far away from Imp, you're behind an army, you have a forward castle on you. It's not gonna look good.
No, wait a second. Look at the eco count. We are on cavalry. We are on camel archers, which do fairly well against the Kongs. We do have more economy units for Snowball. Many of them idle, many of them on the run. But he's trying to sort of stabilize just by like clearing out the docks, getting into the right unit.
Yeah, and the unit now choice, it is going to be Genosaurs, which I'm not against, because the castle will fall, so it's a good reaction to transition. But it's how long can Snowball hold on for, and if there is a win condition, and that win condition is getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, but still, we have 10 camel archers already. This castle is producing as long as he is able to repair it. He's now out of stone, that might be a problem. But the Spanish player here still has to find a solution to the camel archers, which are now roaming out to the map. And Santa Claus did not really prepare any defenses for this.
Well, the thing is like, the wood line can be hit, there's a lot of ills back here, it could be annoying. Again, ballistics is in as well, so them camel archers aren't going to miss. But at the same time, it's going to be a base trade, if anything.
Yes.
Because Santa Claus will break through all these
God.
defenses, and it's about whether Snowball can do return damage. And
look to the left side of the map. Look to the left side of the map. Santa Claus realized his economy is way too exposed. He's running under the TC with the camel archers, which is something you can very well do because of the high pierce armor. He's trying to build a TC. The TC might be denied, and some villagers should go down here.
Some will, but there is a knight in the field, a lot of camel archers being lost, and they ain't getting remade either.
Yeah, now the Kongs are diving, the camel archers are diving, killing those, denying the TC. On the other side, the Kongs are roaming as well, getting a lot of villager kills, and the game is over.
Yeah, that's no surprise. Camel archers really shouldn't have gone under town centre, I feel like. Maybe a misclick, but it was a very well played from Santa Claus game. Spanish, or Nomad, but I mean, if your opponent's not going to ban them or pick them, so be it.
I think, yeah, that's fair to say. I think for me personally, there's two civs, Spanish and Persians, which are just a step beyond, above all the other civs, in my opinion. Simply because they're that well made for maps like this, especially with a lot of fish that's hard to contest. I don't think this game is fully over. Snowball does have more economy units, and he has a good unit on the field, and he's just raided Santa Claus. I think if we just migrate to the bottom and to the left, there's enough space to maybe fight your way back into this game. I'm not sure if this is over.
I would disagree, because
Really?
Santa Claus is an imp, and Snowball's so far away from imp, and there's no way you're getting more camel archers, like you're going to have to be on genitals, and then Santa Claus just has to make a couple of knights.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. These are going to be elite Kongs at some point too, and then, yeah.
Yeah, the window is clearing up these conks, and there's maybe a chance to stay in the game and try and get to imp as quick as you can. But it was like, I think Snowball had all the right ideas, was just a step behind Santa Claus in every single department, and that's no disrespect to whoever Snowball is. I just feel like you are looking at one of the better players in Santa Claus, one of the favourites. Whereas Snowball's probably one of the either mid to lower elo players in the tournament.
I would completely agree with that assessment. I have two names in mind already. Like, if I had to vote now, I think I know who I would vote for this already. But let's see. There's Dino in the chat asking if we already made a Snowball pun, and since we are potentially going into the last game of Snowball's tournament run, yeah, Snowball got snowballed. There you go. Ready to jump to game 3?
For that pun, maybe not. I'm joking. yeah, I'm ready to go game 3 now. I will load it up.
All right, perfect. So
made one pink.
Let's okay. Well, I do this. I'm gonna try to be a little bit of a professional here. Like, I'm still new to streaming. Let's put up the draft one more time. Actually, I think what I should be doing is this. Actually, I'm still not the best. Let's go here and then. How do I do this? Okay, I'm gonna do it for the second set because now I don't have the time to do it, but I will make the draft show what civs are being used. Alright, let's load up game 3. The last home map of Snowball would be Frozen Forest. Let's see if that's what he's going to choose to go to. Alright, we are going to head on to one of our opponent's home maps, one of Santa Claus's 2 home maps. We are going to go to Rockslide, and I'm very happy to see this map because I think it's one of the more interesting ones. I'm at 5 seconds, I'm going to load up Capture H, and yeah, tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. I'm gonna let you do the Civ map introduction.
Yeah, don't worry about what you got your overlay as well, by the way.
Did I not switch? Whoops.
You did not.
Alright, I already started, by the way.
Yeah, no worries. So we have Snowball in the blue, playing as the Portuguese. Portuguese are a jack of all trades. They're really good. Cheaper gold units across the board, which could help with the navy on this. You can make ships and demos and fires and cannon galleons if you get there, which could be really annoying and really good. And you also get food, wood from berries, so they are just a very good all-round comfort save and have a great gunpowder focus. And speaking of gunpowder focuses, we have Santa Claus playing in the red as the Italians. Italians, really good. Again, jack of all trades, good cav, fantastic archers, have Genoese crossbows as their unique unit, just a really good one. And probably their most underrated unit is the Condottiero, which counts as all gunpowder units, which could be a problem for the Portuguese. For the civs on this, I'd probably favour Portuguese slightly, because I just don't like playing as Italians, but that's just me. But again, they still have a great navy as well, cheap efficient ships, which you could make a couple because there are shorefish dotted about. It could also be nice just to get that bit of extra eco, and cheaper dock techs as well. So if you are gonna go for a water focus, which is completely justifiable given how close the closest gold is to the opponents, to the opponent's water, going for a couple of galleys or fires could be worthwhile. After practicing this map quite a few times, I noticed that's where I tended to lean to.
I would completely agree, and another two people who would agree that docking and playing some sort of ship playstyle are actually ACCM and Winchester, two of our top pro players, because they had a best of 5 show match, play all 5 show match. This was one of the maps, and we saw ACCM and Winchester go triple dock feudal age just to contest this ring of water. Also, adding to the Portuguese pick, because the boats on this map only have this tiny tiny space to work with.
Yeah.
The caravels are actually insane here. It's very hard to stop them. So yeah, both players probably going to dock very, very soon. At least that's what I'm going to expect. And I think, in contrast to players who might play this map for the first time, I think we're going to see a dock battle here. So these players are prepared. They know what's up.
Yeah, so there's 2 shorefish right next to each other as well, so that's where players tend to dock, because it's 300-400 food, right? And they collect pretty quickly. Again, as far as efficient ship, might not be the worst thing in the world, but you don't really want to go more than 2. Any more than 2, then it's just useless. And it could just be a bit of nice food income, which would be nice especially for the Italians with the cheaper costing fishing ships. I know I spoke about unique units as well beforehand, sorry, but the stones are in the corners and they are blocked off by trees. So you have to cut, mine to get through.
Yeah, that's one of the features that makes this map a little bit more tricky. Usually the gold spots on this map are, most of them are rangeable by the water. If you go for galleys with fletching and Balkan, you always have your main gold very close to your own river, which makes it very, very let's say, hard to defend or very, very open, because you can't really wall this off, it's very exposed. But that's what the galleys are for in the feudal age. And yeah, both players, very similar builds. Let's see what the uptime looks like.
Yeah, absolutely, as well. A middle cannot be walled by anything other than docks. You can double dock and wall, which could be a great weapon to be used, and it's something that I'm not opposed to on maps like this. Maps like this, Hill Fort, we have a thin ring. You could always double dock and block off any opponent making you go around that way.
That is true. Also, and I'm going to... I know that this sounds very far-fetched, but if you play docks here, the way these two are doing, there was no doubt for them. They knew they wanted to dock on this map. One player chose it as a home map, the other player chose to play their opponent's home map, which means they know that docking is best here, or considered to be best, which leads me to believe that maybe these are two players that were present when the show match was played between ACCM and Winchester. And yes, Age of Empires in the chat, yes, we saw caravels on this map played by ACCM, mainly to counter the stacking of the longboats from the Vikings, from Winchester. We see a second dock coming up to the left, not yet for Santa Claus.
No, so it will be, that will indicate it's going to be a naval play for Snowball, which is the complete right idea to go for, to be completely honest. Again, more HP on ships means you should win every engagement in a 1v1. So if you have more, if you have the numbers, then you're going to be in a really strong spot, and the numbers should be a little bit easier because they are slightly cheaper on the gold cost. Which means if he does get knocked off gold, he's not in the most desperate
Yeah,
state.
I would agree. I would highly prefer to be Portuguese in this situation because Italians usually, what makes them great in the early game is the cheaper fishing ships, which they simply don't make use of here. And in the early game, double dog play or maybe a triple, we're gonna see. Portuguese have 2 bonuses against 0 for the Italians.
Yes,
At least in feudal age.
Yeah, that's true as well. It's one of those maps where you want to place a dock, but you can place a mill as well because there's not much hunt about. And there's no D. I think there's 1 ball from memory, or I'm just forgetting exactly. So you have to really mill the berries, which also helps the Portuguese.
Oh yeah, 100%. Snowball is going to do something that's going to be very, very popular in this map, which is walling off the dark spot and the gold mining camp, because it's very exposed, like we said. We do see galleys and we see a tower on the other side. That's also, like I said, a play that we're going to see very, very often, I think. Let's see, Red is choosing Santa Claus is going to go forward. He has the timing better with the galleys. Don't think Blue has his ones out yet. But he's going to have defender's advantage for now, so it's not going to be that much of a difference.
No, it's not. So both players have tower with the goal, which is smart. It's going to be the focal point for both players where they're going to attack. As Snowball knows where Santa Claus's gold is, and vice versa. But there's a bit of an advantage of Santa Claus, a bit of a map win, because there's 4 tile of gold for Snowball, and Santa Claus has 7. So
that is true. That's interesting. I haven't spotted that on even gens yet. But I don't think the gold specifically belong to players. The way it spawns, I might have to look into the script, but that's very interesting. We do see a scout fight, and Red seems to have more numbers for now. We do have our units garrisoned though in the blue docks. It's going to be 5 soon, so he's going to be happy to just defend this. Both players going for a blacksmith and fletching at the exact same time. Very, very similar. By the way, I got a feeling in game 1 they had very similar approaches, and on this map they have very similar approaches and similar builds. How funny would it be if these two are practice partners that shared their strategy and builds, and then just to face off in round 1? That would be so hilarious.
I feel like that's what I was thinking for quite a while.
Yeah.
Especially after game 1, I'm like, these guys have played with each other before and practiced the maps with each other.
Yeah, it's so similar, right?
Yeah.
Like you go into a practice game and you both came to the conclusion, okay, let's do sneak range forward on permafrost, and both go like, yeah, let's do dock into galleys on this map with the exact same villain fletching everything timings. It's very
timings. Both sent 4 out to the fishing ships as well. Like it was so similar. The fact that he's got down to the minute detail. So it's really strange. It's confusing. It's really strange.
We do see the galley micro. That's not good for Blue. He has the better ships, but he's outnumbered heavily, which should win. It's 4 galleys versus 7. He should reunite. He should play with his tower, with his defender's advantage. He has the units there quicker. Both players haven't added dock. Oh no, we do see the 3rd dock from the Italians player, which might lead to him overwhelming the blue player. Blue player is such a dumb pun here.
Yeah, and to hear us saying this is Huggy, it's not Huggy.
Especially Blue is Huggy. No, come on, really?
No, it's not. It's not. I will. If Huggy loses, I will rip him a new one because I can. And it's not Huggy. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's not.
Do you think Red might be Huggy?
No.
No. Okay.
Because we spoke quite a bit about. I'll be honest, I did. We spoke about Sid picks, and I know what he's gonna pick. So when it comes out, I'm hoping I'm not casting because I'll make a massive scream. Like I know who it is.
Oh, okay. I mean, to be fair, it's as long as you don't know who he is, it's still fair for you to just guess based on how well you know him. Like that's not something that you should keep to yourself. If you think it's Huggy, then just let us know.
Oh yeah. I will. Like first game, Snowball had 130 APM. If that was Huggy, he'd have a heart attack. Not him.
Harry also says this is Huggy. I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay, the APM makes sense, but it's not Huggy.
We do see Red trying to contest this with the bigger numbers of galleys. Of course, he invests more into the galley units, so he should try to find value with those. Snowball's economy for now looks more suited to go Castle Age because first of all he's Portuguese and second of all he did not make as many units. Oh, we're still trying to sneak villager kills on the gold, which I really like. Not quite enough to kill a villager here.
There was a little misclick, like 2 vills and both 1 hit from dead. Santa Claus has gone for triple dock, hence why the numbers are huge, and he's pulling back a few weak galleys to repair as well, which is really nice and quite difficult to do, because you always try and group them up and you make hotkeys and whatnot, and then you always send the weak one back forward at the back, because you forget. Like, it happens to everyone, so...
Yeah.
See, that's pretty nice, but Snowball has been snowballed again by pure numbers. Maybe
he's up to Castle Age though. He's up to Castle Age.
Yeah.
He didn't take so much damage that I think the galleys could do anything. The blacksmith is going down. That's something Snowball has to realize. And once again, we see Santa Claus with the galley numbers trying to snap some villagers, and I think this time he gets some. This time he has to get some. He gets 1. One might not do enough. Like, he's still so far away from Castle Age. He is Italian, so he might get there faster, but we don't even see a market coming up yet. So he's gonna be in Feudal Age for a while. While Snowball could clean all of this with his early Castle Age timing. It's gonna be very dangerous.
We are seeing a demo in the Southern Dock, so I might change my mind that it's Huggy, but I still don't think it is. But a demo in that dock is beautiful. If you see a flag on there, you have that many galleys, and you have to go through that really tiny gap. Don't eject the demo ship! What are you doing?
Oh.
If you kept that demo in the dock, you're not going to really want to push past it, right? So that's why I was very happy to see a demo, because it could completely change this game.
Oh, what I like from Santa Claus is he positions 2 galleys in the top just to check if blue comes around. Just to have some sort of like vision and outpost there. I really like this. And now it's time for Santa Claus to react to the Castle Age and to the pressure that's gonna be coming in. He realizes, he immediately rushes down the market, realizing he has to go up himself, otherwise he's going to get crushed. Pulling back his galleys for now. And the thing is, we do not see Botkin, because Snowball only just now realized that he lost his blacksmith, so Botkin is a little bit late. As War Galley is coming in, and very, very dangerous now. Santa Claus has to survive until he hits Castle Age on his own in 2 minutes.
I'm going to be completely honest, Snowball's going for second TC. I really don't like this approach that he's going. I don't like the War Galley tech either. I think I was on the Caravelle boat with you, where you go to Castle Age, you use the galleys you've got to be annoying and just be distractions as much as possible, and then
I'm not sure this is the play. Snowball is throwing away all his units under the tower. That's not what you want. There's 5 villagers in there, and we still have fletching galleys here. Oh my god, that is not great.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what he was trying to do. He was trying to use the timing. He was trying to use the tech advantage, but that's something you can't just so mindlessly do. And I think Red is very happy with this.
Yeah. Now it's Red to play defensive for 2 minutes, wait to get his techs in, which he can afford, and will be in a really nice spot. I can also go down to University and get cheap ballistics as well, if needed, as the galleys come forward and will clear up these war galleys, or should anyway.
Yeah, that is true. Blue now trying...
Sorry, I was going to say, interestingly, Santa Claus has opted to go for the right-hand side wood line towards the stone. Potentially looking for stone for a castle.
I mean, if you get the stone while your opponent isn't, and you just take map control by putting castles everywhere, I think that's a good way to secure the map, right?
Yeah.
But, going for University now. So Santa Claus, I mean, rightfully so, he is Italian, is going for the pure water approach, which I quite like. He's trying to do a pincer maneuver here with blue, but Snowball isn't joining with his bottom galleys. I think Snowball is visibly feeling the pressure to have to accomplish something in this game.
Yeah. I feel like that you're completely right there.
Oh, but that's not the way to do it. Oh, all the galleys go down for Snowball. That hurts. That hurts.
Yeah, and this is why I didn't like the War Galley upgrade. In any other water map, I would say yes, Caravelles are kind of crap and not needed. Demo comes... No, Demo did not get a hit. Had to just focus on that demo shot. But I think you were right. It's got to be... When you hit Castle Age, you have to go Caravelles. Your opponent was not up. Again, you don't know that to be certain. But you have the advantage. Get 2 or 3 Caravelles with your galleys. And these war galleys from Santa Claus will get melted. They absolutely melted through.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
And War Galley isn't cheap.
He's now trying to mix in some caravels, but the economy just isn't there. Like, we have 2 TCs. I mean, we're still in a situation where we can play the game. We are getting a villager lead, 4 by the numbers as of now, and growing, because our opponent does not have a TC himself. But there's a bunch of war galleys coming, with Botkin this time. And yeah, we have to defend this now. Like, how do you break blue at this point if you're red? Like, you have the map control with the galleys, but how do you break this position to the left?
I think you utilise the cheaper Italians up, put the second TC down, and then you just go ham on food and try and click up. Because you have the navy control.
Maybe that's why he's going to the right. Maybe he's like, okay, I'm just gonna play fast imp with a castle, and cheaper Imperial Age with Italians, and then just take the game from there. He's trying to come in with 4 galleys from the top. I really like that he splits up his units. That makes it really hard for Snowball to defend. He has to chase with his own ships. And now it's completely out of position, and Santa Claus is killing a tower on the gold. Is doing so successfully now, and yeah, I'm not quite sure what Snowball is supposed to be doing here.
Now he is massing up demos, got 2 demos in this dock right here, and I think Snowball has to try and force an engagement to the south. Again, 1 demo shot here can change the game.
That is true.
I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. It can change the game.
We have to be careful now. Oh, nice. Immediately noticed by Santa Claus to pull his ships back. If you trickle them 1 by 1 into Blue's army, that might be a way to throw. We're still camping this spot here. Blue is still trying to get his mass up. He is going for some demolition ships. Maybe he's trying to go for some shots. He is engaging at the top. He realizes that Red's army is in the bottom. Now he tries to engage at the top. Desperately trying to get some value here, but it's just very slow and steady play from Santa Claus, just taking it 1 slow step at a time. And these galleys from Red in the bottom are going to be a real problem.
Yeah. It is, as you just see another war galley going down. And the engagements of Santa Claus have just been perfect. Demo gets a little bit of damage in.
Yeah, not sure if that's worth it, but there are caravels in there. We should focus them first, in my opinion.
Yes.
We are splitting our ships away. Yeah, okay, still solid. In the top, we are sending units through Blue's ships, but it's still a very messy game, of course. You have to fight in 2 different spots. We do have careening coming in for Portuguese, and maybe that might help him out. A lot of galleys low here for Red, and this is still a very, very intense water battle here. Like, Red did a better job military-wise, but he still has to yet convert this into a real, like, significant lead. That's what he has failed to do so far. But also, nice defense by Snowball.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're still making galleys, war galleys. I don't understand. We really should be on full caravel production. Yes, they're a little bit more expensive, but they completely counter war galleys. It's the perfect map for them. When you're already behind the numbers, going back into war galley isn't the right idea.
Yeah, if you're already behind the numbers, then it's usually not the play you want to look for. Now Red is closing in from both sides. Red has completely established himself on the water. He is going to be the victor. Now, as he realizes he's won water, he's now safe to add economy behind this, going for the 30C to skyrocket up the villagers. The villager numbers are even. Santa Claus has done a very good job. Demos are trying to get some hits in, made the ships low, but as long as the ships are firing, they still have the value that they want to have. And now Blue has to defend in 2 different spots. We do have to be careful with Santa Claus not to overcommit at the top, and we're losing a bunch of units, so not the very end yet.
Snowball is holding on,
Yeah.
but the game is falling away. He's just about to add his 3rd TC now. The numbers of eco, I say, they're pretty similar. So still, Snowball's got every right to win this game. He's still in it, but the game is slipping away from him. Eco upgrades are behind. He's behind in horse collar and in bowsaw. So it's little things like that play up to a big advantage for Santa Claus.
One thing I'm gonna say, just from a strategic standpoint within this matchup, yes, Snowball has defended nicely, but the thing is, as the Portuguese, he should be ahead. He should have won early water. That's the thing. Like, yes, he's defended, he has held on, but he should have won early in this matchup because he has the better units early. So,
yeah, you're completely right.
there's no GG. I mean, maybe that's, I don't know if the GG's just cut off or something, but we don't see a GG.
Yeah, we haven't seen it all through. I'm hoping for the sake of enjoyment and for sportsmanship, it was said after the game. So obviously we got the Rex right. We don't. This is not
Yeah,
live.
okay.
Or anything,
But
so.
here's what I think. Because I have played a lot of them, and some people do GG after resigning, but most people I know do GG before they resign. So who doesn't do that? That's the question I'm asking myself. I have played a lot of them.
No idea.
Okay. We have our first result of the tournament, and it's a pretty convincing one.
So we have to figure out who Snowball was, because we will see Santa Claus again. But any predictions for Snowball, we could go for now. And the superhero, you're adamant it's Huggy. It's not him, because he would have made caravels. As much as I love taking the mick out of him, he is very good on water.
I don't think Huggy would lose water like that.
No, he wouldn't.
I don't think so. Like, I know he's playing with you a lot, and you're both very good on water. I don't think that's him.
The
maybe...
only time he's beaten me is on maps involving water.
Okay, listen. Maybe Superhero is mind gaming us all, and this is actually Superhero, and he's trying to make us think it's Huggy to not think that it's him.
I don't think it's Superhero.
I don't think it's Superhero too.
No, it's not Superhero.
No. Okay, so Santa Claus, I don't have a name in mind for yet. Actually, I do. I think, and this is just pure speculation, simply by how slow and steady and generic it was, plus the herbal medicine thing, this looked like someone like Lorhay, or maybe someone who's also good on water, Javesty. If we're looking at the favorites. I don't think Arbase would play like that, I don't think Harry would play like that. So from the favorites, I do think maybe Javesty or Huggy, and not Huggy, Lorhay or Javesty, one of the two maybe.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say Snowball was blue player. Sorry, I know he's like a massive admin for loads of tournaments, but like I feel like it's blue player, just because I know blue player a bit. He is quite reactionary, and Snowball dealt very reactionary during that set, and that's the only thing I'm thinking of.
Oh, that is true, because Blue Player is one of the people that I haven't faced before. I just knew the name because he's an admin for a lot of communities, but I'm not familiar with his playstyle, but he's the perfect description for lower elo in the seeding of this tournament, and I'm unfamiliar with him, so it might be a good shout actually to call Blue Player here.
Yeah, if I'm going to look at everyone, I know a lot of the players here and how they play.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Otter. It's just not. None of them were like Otter, how he plays. It's not Arbase. It's not Huggy. It's not Javesty. I've played Javesty before. It's not him. And I'm thinking, I'm trying to go. Yeah, it's not Javesty. I'm going down, and I'm going to say Snowball is blue play, but that's my prediction.
Interesting.
I'm really sorry if he's here. He's like, it's not me. How dare you say that? But that's what I'm saying.
No. I like the train of thought. Like, everyone thinks differently. Can you show draft? Yes, I was going to go back to draft in a moment. Right now, actually. And this is our first result of the tournament. Sorry, I switched the scores. That is not true. We don't have a 3-0. We have a 0-3. Still getting into the workflow of things here. I only set this up last week. Let's do this, and this looks more right. Harry says Snowball could have been Flying Mouse. Yeah, that was my take in the beginning. Because he did his, like, what Flying Mouse likes to do is what we saw in game 1 and 2. He often likes to play with small groups of archers and just attack you from multiple different angles. That's exactly what he did. So that's a very Flying Mouse move to do. So I think calling Mouse or Blue Player is very, very reasonable here. I don't think it's Chris, because Chris does ranges forward, but he does it with Siege and Man at Arms, and I think Maxi won't be hiding that much, so I don't think it's Harry either.
It's not Maxi, because Vietnamese wasn't picked. Like, it's just not Maxi though.
Maxi was like,
it's Maxi.
Maxi, I'm not sure, that's the thing. Maxi was playing with the idea of hiding himself, but I don't think he has a chance to beat these players if he doesn't play the way he usually
No,
does.
no,
That's the thing.
he won't pick Vietnamese first, right? This is what Max. He's not
Yeah.
gonna pick him first because it'll just give him away. He'll pick him like 5th or 6th pick.
That's a good
what he'll
shout.
do. But then he'll still play him like in the first game. Like that's what he'll do. He'll play it on his first home map, and it's like, yeah, it's a giveaway.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we saw some glimpses of Snowball being a very, very decent player himself. He did a lot of things right. I just think that for round 1, he just had a very, very strong opponent.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
look at the draw. I feel like if Snowball played against a lot of the other people who wasn't Santa Claus, I feel like he probably could have made it to the quarters or maybe the semis because he had all the right ideas, just 10, 15 seconds behind where they should have been in. Which again, small little things like that eventually build up to a big snowball.
And I think
Ironic name.